It's round 2 of the Enduro World Series, and seeing how it's one of our favourites, we thought it'd be rude not to make an entrance. Welcome back to Derby. The nerves of the riders will be well settled after round 1. And while some of them had successes, others had unmitigated disasters. And we'll be hoping to put that well behind them at round 2. The big takeaways from round 1 were, of course, that Isabelle Corderia sees herself as being more than capable of stepping into Cécile Ravenel's shoes. And in the men's race, Martin Mays is yet to lose a stage in 2019. We're back in Tasmania in the town of Derby. Ready for some action? Start the clocks. Here's stage 1. The opening stage of the race saw overall points up for grabs with the Queen stage. The 3.6 km long Kumagutsa was specially built for this year's event.
Ding ding, sick and tired of the whole damn thing, yeah. Stick a move in the ring. You can hit me with the words you fling. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. Be lucky if I stick around.
That is very deserving of the Queen stage. You need to be so prepared for each different section, and it's like rock, dirt, bumpy jumps. It felt good, but who knows?
Got the bell like a king, heavyweight champion of the whole damn thing, yo. Full of gas, full of spin, Jekyll and Hyde, you're the evil twin.
Front wheel slipped on the rocks, having a little sit down.
You're never gonna keep me down, you're never gonna keep me down, no, no, no. You're lucky if you stick around, when you're foolish but I ain't a clown, no, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down, you're never gonna keep me down, no, no.
We only had a bit of rain, but on the route it was like much more slippery than this practice morning.
It's getting real slippery at the top now. The crowd is sick, gets you going, especially when you're feeling tired. The Queen stage, I always want to put a little bit more energy into it, but I just kept it smart.
Kumagutsa had been widely tipped by locals to reclaim Derby's Trail of the Year title, and it didn't disappoint. Round 1's victor Isabelle Corderia opened her Tasmanian account with a 4-second win ahead of Morgan Shar, whilst EWS Asia Pacific winner Rowena Fry was in third. Martin Mays kept his undefeated streak from New Zealand going courtesy of a 6.8 second win ahead of Aussie National Enduro champ Conor Fearon. Canyon's Florian Nicolai was third. Derby then, and this place made its EWS debut back in 2017, and since then it has grown exponentially. The Blue Derby Trail Network, built and designed by Glenn Jacobs' World Trail crew, is genuinely some of the best mountain biking on the planet, and has seen this place transform into a veritable two-wheeled oasis deep within the Tassie bush. And so, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Isabelle Corderia and Martin Mays currently lead the way thanks to that pair of wins at round 1. In the Teams Championship, GT Factory Racing are top of the charts, and we'll be hoping to leave the Southern Hemisphere still with a tight grip on that particular title race. This weekend we've decided to mix things up a bit, and we have got one stage on Saturday night followed by 5 on Sunday, and here is what they look like. The first stage took place on Saturday and was the weekend's Queen stage. Day 2 started with the 1.9 kilometres of Detonate, a former winner of Trail of the Year. Stage 3 was Kingswall, which totaled 2.4 kilometres in length before the ultra-physical Stage 4. The penultimate test was the bike-breaking rocks of Stage 5 before the iconic 1.2 kilometres of Stage 6, World Trail Trouty. And with that then, let's make the jump from downtown Derby to uptown Blue Derby and rejoin the action on Stage 2. The rock crags of Stage 2 Detonate are famous the world over and see thousands of tonnes of granite up top mixed with high-speed bike park flow lower down.
Oh, the crowd is awesome up there. Couldn't even hear my bike anymore.
I had a super stupid crash at the top where I lost quite a lot of seconds, so I think that now I just need to like, be more focused and try to climb back up.
I almost crashed on the first big rock. It wasn't the ideal start. That took me a while to get my breath back, I'll be honest. It's so much looser than it was in practice. It wasn't like a good tidy run by me. I was
forever making a statement on a special occasion, representing my nation. I've been patiently waiting to rep this generation.
Felt like I was on a downhill track with all the spectators. The prize to be so much up the front on that stage, but it's obviously a nice surprise, you know.
I'm invincible, I'm unstoppable, I'm a lion, can't be tamed, I'm a cannibal.
Martin Mays won again amidst the Aussie crowds, which had line detonate top to bottom, and was followed home by Keegan Wright and Conor Fearon. History was made in the elite women's race whenever EWS debutante Jill Kintner became the first American woman to take a stage win. Isabel Corderia limited the damage by coming home in second to maintain a 5-second lead in the overall. The third stage was Kingswall, a flat-out charge along pristine Tassie single track specially prepared by Glenn Jacobs' World Trail crew. Isabel Corderia won her second stage of the day on free. Her lead in the overall was now 10.2 seconds ahead of Morgan Shar. Jessie Melamed was riding well and was up into second in the overall, courtesy of finishing second on the stage. Martin Mays won his 8th competitive stage in a row and now had a 14-second comfort margin. The fourth stage was the last before lunch, and although 2 kilometres mightn't sound that long, it was one of the weekend's most physically demanding and drew some of the biggest crowds.
They're real physical. Yeah, the last 2 coming up are probably most technical, most rockies. Keep you on your toes.
We've got the hardest stage out of the way, so I'm pretty happy how everything is going so far. You do pedaling, pushing, down, pedaling, pushing, down, pedaling. I'm KO. Ciao, arrivederci.
I just feel like they can paddle harder than me.
After crashing on stage 2, I just switched my mind to like riding and having fun.
2 stages to go, so a couple of pedaling ones out of the road, and beautiful day in Tassie, as it always is.
Like a bird against the southern sky.
Tassie local Rowena Fry put herself up in the 3rd position with a win on 4. She was now closing down on Kintner in the overall. Morgan Shar crashed heavily amidst the dusty turns. Martin Mays' perfect streak came to an end on stage 4 when he was pipped to the post by France's Kevin McKell, who moved himself up into second in the process. Meanwhile, that crash would demote Jesse Melamed down to 6th. The 5th stage was just over 2 kilometres in length and featured undoubtedly the toughest rock section of the race.
Our souls will be lost forever, so I'll never let you go. Never let you go. I'll never
Straight into it.
never let you go.
The rocks were pretty scary, honestly. I think I'm a little blown after that stage 4 effort.
It was super fun, a lot of people making a good one.
So I'll never let you go.
It's kind of hard to find the flow up top. Once I got that, I was alright. I had like a little tip over in a slow bit and then crushed the bottom.
So I'll never let you go. Never let you go.
I really liked it, this rocky parts, like super gnarly stuff. I know I have a bit of time over Jill, and I'm just gonna try to hold on this, that's it.
Never let you go. Never let you go.
Maybe a little bit slow at the top, but it's good. The last stage, short, fast, good. Just gonna try to ride smart and not make any stupid mistake on the last stage.
I'll never let you go. Never let you go. I'll never let you go. Never let you go.
Really worried about getting the mechanical in those rocks. Made it through and that was pretty clean to ride my race and see where I am at the end, but
Never let you go. I'll never let you go.
it was just at loose, but I planned to do that. Yeah, these last two are my favorite, and after crashing on 4, I'm pretty hyped to bring it back.
Jesse Melamed extracted his first stage win of 2019 from the rocks of stage 5, but it was now Florian Nicolai who was second in the overall, 18 seconds behind Mays. In the women's race, Isabel Corderia won the stage to edge her lead out to nearly 25 seconds ahead of Jill Kintner. There was now only one stage left. World Trail Trouty awaited. At just 1.2 kilometres in length, Trouty may have been short, but its high speeds and huge rocks were more than capable of ending podium hopes. Isabel Cordelia suffered a slow puncture on the stage but still managed to get her intense bike down the line to claim second place on the stage. That result would cement her the win. Jill Kintner on her EWS debut took second place ahead of the impressive Rowena Fry. Noga Karen was fourth, having ridden solidly all day. The defending champ Sam Hill won on Trouty, which will have come as some comfort after an illness-plagued start to his 2019 title defence. It would move him up into a 9th place finishing spot. Martin Mays did the sensible thing and brought the bike home safely and finished the day with a winning margin of 17 seconds. Florian Nicolai is edging closer and closer to that debut win and finished Tasmania in second, whilst third place on the podium was claimed by the downhiller by trade, Conor Fearon. Remy Govan had a brilliant run to fourth.
I mean, these girls are absolute pinners. They do all this full time and pretty incredible. I know these trails, and yet, you know, a couple of girls were in front of me and they've seen the trail once. And thanks to Derby, awesome venue. Thanks to the Tassie locals for coming out.
Conor, third place today, happy with that?
Yeah, like over the moon. Kind of unexpected, like hoping for a top 20, but I must have had some good runs and yeah, able to get third, which is insane.
What is it about enduro what's difficult about it?
You're not hanging around like I used to think. This is like 80%, but you really got to go 100% for all these stages. Like, these guys are crushing it.
How did you find it? And be honest with me.
Oh man, that's a hard day. It's hard to feel good because it's like you're not perfect. You don't know where you're going. There's huge pedals, and then at the end you're just dead, you know. And then you got to climb up to the top again. So, but at the end it's all smiles and happy to survive just with one little crash.
What other rounds are we going to see you at this year then?
I had Whistler and North Star on the agenda, just test it out. But now, like, maybe you get hooked, you know.
We run next to him. He's here. We got him. Hola, there we go. Florian, another great result to start the year. Are you happy?
Really happy. It's a really big start of season for me.
Looking forward to Madeira next.
Yeah, really motivated for Madeira. Big training now at home, and see you in Madeira.
You picked up that slow puncture on the last stage as well. What was going through your mind?
I could feel the sealant like blowing from my rear tires, and I was like, come on, please walk. I need you like really right now, and it works. But I definitely wanted to like really fight with Jill because I don't want like her to come to a race and like directly win because we've been here and fighting like for a long time. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna do well on enduro because like she's such a competitor. She can like definitely put the hard work in.
Martin, do you know what a shoey is? You're going to have to take your shoe off, mate. He knows what a shoe is. Sick man!
It must be mission accomplished from you, is it?
Yeah, for sure. Winning Rotorua was already amazing, you know, great style of season, but winning 2 rounds in a row, it's very encouraging for the future and for the rest of the season, you know.
It looked like you backed off a little bit for those last 2 stages today. Was that an important part of the game plan?
Maybe 2 or 3 years ago I would have gone full gas and crashed, and that's how I feel. Like I've learned a lot from my mistake, and it feels good, you know.
After 2 rounds then, it's maximum points for Martin Mays and Isabel Corderia as they tighten their grips on their respective championships. Noga Karem is riding her wave of consistency into second spot in the women's, whilst 2 podium appearances in a row have Florian Nicolai as Mays' closest rival in the men's. GT Factory Racing continued their strong start to 2019 with a win in the teams contest ahead of Rocky Mountain Raceface and Ibis Cycles. Mark, 2 from 2, you must be the happiest team manager in the pits right now.
Can't complain. The whole team's done well. Martin winning, obviously, going home maximum points. Noga 4th again, winning 12. Can't wish for anything else, it's great.
What do you think's changed with Martin? He just seems to be so in control, so calm.
Yeah, he's been training hard, working hard. We've done a lot of testing, and I don't know. We talked about it yesterday, and he doesn't know. So he's going well. We're happy, yeah.
And there we have it then from the end of racing up round 2 of the Enduro World Series this year from the tiny town in the middle of the Tassie bush which has opened its heart to mountain biking. Martin Mays and Isabel Corderia are picture perfect with maximum points from the first 2 rounds. Join us next time where we head to the middle of the Atlantic, Madeira, to find out who's going to stop them.